Outrage over the weekend after protesters took down an American flag outside of a Colorado ICE facility, and then they hoisted up Mexico's flag in its place. Look at that video right there. The demonstrators reportedly defaced a Blue Lives Matter flag as well. They spray painted it with a profane message on it and then turned it upside down and then hung it up.
Yeah, I believe it said Abolish ICE. That man right there is Congressman Chip Roy of Texas. He was touring that facility the day after the incident. He joins us right now live from Austin, Texas. Congressman, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, y'all. How are you?
Doing okay. So you were out in Colorado, a couple-day seminar out there, and you heard about what happened at the ICE facility. Why'd you have to go over and take a look?
Yeah, well, I was out there at the Western Conservative Summit with some of my colleagues, and I happened to be visiting some family who live right near Aurora, and I saw the horrible news about what occurred, and I felt like I needed to go over there and see for myself what was at this facility. So I went over, and ICE was kind enough to give me a tour of the facility, walked through, and I saw what any American would see, which is a law enforcement entity that's doing their job, a facility that is clean, a facility that has medical facilities, that has ping pong tables, that has TVs set up for 1,200 individuals, many of whom are criminals, 1,200 individuals from 57 countries around the world. Only 29% of them are from Mexico. And then to have a bunch of people go in and attack this facility and rush the facility and pull down the flags, turn the American flag upside down, rise up the Mexican flag. That is offensive. And I was proud to see Americans who went by all day and dropped off American flags. I was proud to see the American flag flying. And I wanted to go by and show support and see what was actually happening. Because here's the thing. It is the lack of funding for ICE that the leftist radicals in Congress, the Democrats, that refuse to give the funding to ICE are causing the very problem they decry at the border. And it's offensive for them to support the kind of people that would do this to our law enforcement community.
Well, you know, Congressman, we do so many stories. We interview so many families that have lost their loved ones, their dads, their husbands, who are out there on the streets trying to protect all of us. And they come in here and their lives are changed forever. And they talk about what that American flag means to them. We see it draped over so many coffins, our men and women fighting overseas, and they come back. Moms and dads are without their kids, and they're holding, you know, a folded flag, and that's what they have to remember their child. And then to see them deface the flag, take it down, hang up another country's flag in America. I mean, the Stars and Stripes represent everybody that live here in America. That's what's so offensive. And then to see what they do to the law enforcement flag. I mean, isn't it just so outrageous? Thank you so much for going on your time off when you're visiting family, going to this conservative conference, and you had some downtime to visit with family, and you went over there to go speak out against this. What made you do that?
Well, it's exactly what you just said. I'm a former law enforcement. I'm a federal prosecutor. My grandfather was the chief of police of a small town in Texas. I stand with law enforcement. I don't know what my Democrat colleagues want to say, but I stand with American law enforcement. I stand for the rule of law. And I'm not going to watch the American flag getting trashed by a bunch of people who do not respect the United States of America. And if they don't like the United States of America, they are, of course, free to leave it. And I think it's important for us to stand up and make that message clear. Right. Let's remember that ICE is not the enemy. Cartels are the enemy. And the radical leftists in Congress and the radical leftists throughout this country that support cartels and that would dare to attack ICE, they're the problem. They're the ones that we need to be challenging every day. And I stand with ICE. Look, President Obama, he sent up a request for $760 million for ICE. And what did this president send up? He sent up $500 million, and the Democrats fought it. We need that money for ICE in order to deal with the problem at the border. As you just saw, Mark Morgan was on talking about the crisis at the border and where we have holding facilities because we have nowhere to put them because ICE is being maligned when they're the ones doing the job of stopping criminals and making sure that America is safe and figuring out a way to house people so that we can process them appropriately. And to have them be attacked, these are the folks that are keeping us safe. And I'm tired of it. The American people are tired of it. And my radical leftist colleagues in the House, they need to go home. They need to be sent home. And I'm glad the president is taking them on. The president is right to take them on. And we should make sure the American people know that that is the face of the Democrat Party. That is who needs to be sent home in 2020.
All right. Congressman Chip Roy from the great state of Texas. Sir, thank you very much for joining us live.